Welcome to Crosstalk, presented to you by the Registrar General's Department. I am Carice Morton-Gittens, Legal Counsel 1 attached to the Registrar General's Department, Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs. For our Crosstalk today, we will look at the first time logging in, the difference between individual and associated accounts, and as well the services offered through CROS. Let's get started. We will look at the first login. You must change your password. Every person who's registered for CROS will receive an email from noreplycompanies@gov.tt. This email has the record of all of your account information. Your account name, which is the email address submitted when signing up for CRA, Companies Registry account. A one-time password, this is what we must change. And as well the PIN. The PIN is a unique number issued to you by the Registrar General that uniquely identifies you in the system. Now, changing that password. In order to do so, we need to get to the login page. You may click URL here in the email. For our purposes, we will use the test side of things. Enter your username, which is the email address submitted when signing up for the CRA, and the one-time password. You may copy and paste that password. Once you click login, you're automatically prompted to change your password. To do so, enter your email address, the one-time password, and now your new password. Confirm your password by entering it again. Click reset. And that's it, your password has been updated. Now you may log in. Enter your username, email address, your new password, click login, and that's it, you've successfully logged into CROS. Now that we've logged in, let's look at what an individual account has access to. Every person that registers will have access to these services. We have the home page where you can see your downloads. That is, any company or business files that you requested, name reservation applications, and any incorporations or registrations that are pending approval. The name search facility is now built into CROS through the CRAs so that you can search the register. You may submit name reservation applications and as well registrations and incorporations for businesses, companies, external companies, and non-profit organizations. This is the access that an individual has. Within My Account, this is your profile with all of your information. The Top Up tab, right now, you must top up at the company's registry cashier at any of our locations. However, in the near future, you will be able to top up online using a Visa debit or credit card. Profile has all of your information stored. This is what you submitted when signing up for the CRA. As well, your PIN can always be found within My Account. If you need to update any of your information, which you should in order to keep your info accurate and current, simply edit the relevant field and then click Save to save those changes. On the other hand, if your name has changed, go to the Name tab where you can enter your change of name details. Enter your new name, a copy of whatever document evidences that change, be it a deed poll, marriage certificate, or another type. And as well, you must upload at least one form of identification with your new name details. Once completed, click Save so that information can be sent to the registry for review. In order to update your email, click the Email tab, enter your new email address, and click Save. As well, your password may be changed at any time from within My Account. The Transactions tab records all of your transactions submitted using your account. Example, if you perhaps to register, downloaded a company file, submitted a business name application, and then submitted the business registration, each of those transactions will be listed here on this Transactions tab so that you can see the history of anything you may have requested or paid for. Associations now. This is where you, the person logged in, currently holds any of these roles in any company or business. If you're a director or secretary in a company, a shareholder or beneficial owner perhaps. For the businesses, an owner or a partner, or a non-profit organization controller, simply enter the company or business identifier here so that your account can be connected to those entities. To do so, enter the ID number, click Add Association, and you will see it coming up below. Ensure that you click Save so that information can be sent to the registry for review. If you need to, delete by clicking the trash icon. Now for the Agents tab, this is where you can appoint someone to submit documents on your behalf. Your agent must register for CROS just as you must be registered for CROS. Those relationships are reflected here by appointing your agent in order to give them access within my account so that they can access. In order to add your agent, simply enter their name and PIN combination. As well, you may select the number of days that you would like your agent to be able to transact on your behalf. If you would like an agent to work for you indefinitely, you may simply leave the expiry dates field blank. In order to add them, click Add Agent, and you will see them populating below. Be sure to click Save to save your changes. If you need to, at any time, remove an agent's access to transact on your behalf, click the trash icon and they will no longer be able to transact for you. Ensure that you save your changes as you go along. As for the Approvals tab now, approvals must be given where you are going to be named on another document. Approvals protect your PIN. Now, the PIN must be shared in order, for example, as we saw, to be appointed as an agent. However, in order to protect persons from erroneously adding you on a business registration as a partner, company incorporation as a director, as the case may be, you must first give an approval here within your account to be named on any document being submitted through CROS. The approval is the way that you protect your information. In order to add the approval, simply fill out the fields to the end, to the bottom there. Once you do, click Add Approval and Save, and now the person who perhaps, if it's a business registration and your partner, the person submitting it will be able to enter your name and PIN and your details will populate, only with the approval, however. The last tab is to register AOP/CS. This tab will be used for companies incorporated by an Act of Parliament or corporation sole. That is, the members of a company incorporated by Act of Parliament or the person occupying the office of corporation sole, they will click here in order to create an account for that entity. Again, only for those companies incorporated by a specific Act of Parliament or corporation sole, for example, the Minister of Finance. Only those entities will utilize this tab in order to create an account for their entity. This should not be confused with companies or businesses that are registered under the Registration of Business Names Act or the Companies the Companies Act. Now that we have seen what an individual account looks like, we will look at an associated account. The login process is very similar. Simply enter your username and your password. In this instance, we are using an account that has already changed their password. Once you click Login, you now are able to select your role for the session. Each person who's logging in that has associations will see their associations specifically to the entities and roles that they hold. In my case, we can see that I am a director, secretary, and a partner. In order to log in, simply click the role that you're interested in logging in for this session. Example, director. Then another field will appear for the company. The list of companies will be tailored exactly to your associations. If you're a director of more than one, you will see each company that you are named as a director in. So I just have one. Let's go into JDo Enterprises Limited. Clicking Login. We are prompted to create a company account. The process is very simple. Enter the email address for the company. This email address must be a unique email that has not been used as yet for any CRAs. Then a telephone number for the company again. Click Save, and the request has been sent to the registry. Once approved, you will then have a company PIN for your company and you'll be able to log in. So let's see what it looks like once that has been completed. Entering the username and password. Click Login. Oops, let me just correct the password. There we go. We will log in inside as a secretary. Directors and secretaries have the same permissions within the system. So again, we will select the company and we're logging in. And now we can see what it looks like once the company PIN has been created and you're able to log in as a director or a secretary. We have logged in as a secretary in this instance. The home page is the same. Name search, name reservation, registration and corporations are all the same as we saw before. Post incorporation, however, is only accessible to directors and secretaries in order to submit the annual return, change the directors, notice of secretary or change of secretary, and the change of address forms. Only directors and secretaries or their agents are able to access these documents. You also have a My Company section. So here now, you are able to view the company's information. My Account is a button available as well, which shows the information of the user that's logged in. Your information will be displayed here. This information is pulling from your CRA on the individual account side. Now within My Company, you have the company side of things. The top-up is the same. And you can see your company PIN within My Company at any time. The Profile tab is the information of your company. The information here is not editable as notices of change are required to update those details. Once the relevant, let's say, change of address form has been filed through CROS, then you will see the address updated as it's pulling from the register. Next, we have the Agents tab. This is where you're able to add an agent on behalf of your company. Before, what we looked at was one individual adding an agent to conduct business for them in their own name. This is where, example, directors who may want an agent to file their annual return on their behalf will come in, log in as a director, and appoint an agent using the same name, whether surname, company name, or business name, and PIN combination to add the agent on behalf of the company so that the agent is able to access within the Agents tab. You're able to appoint authorized agents on behalf of your company. What we looked at before was an individual adding an agent to do work on their behalf in their name. Here now, a company is able to appoint an agent using the same fields, surname and PIN combination, whether company name or business name. Simply enter the PIN and click Add Agent, click Save. Same procedure. Now, for companies or businesses that are in fact agents, your clients would add you, and then you will be able to add your employees. These are the persons who will actually be logging in on behalf of the clients in order to submit whatever transactions. So let's say Dom's big company, our company here, we would share our PIN with our clients, and then we would add our employees, including ourselves. If it's the directors, the secretaries are the ones that will be submitting the documents, they can be added here as employees. The same applies for businesses, for partnerships that are agents. That means the clients must register, the agents must register, and the persons who will be logging in, if different, must register. On the associations page now, this is where you can enter the associations of your company. So where your company is in fact a director, a secretary, simply enter the company or business identifier. For the approvals tab, this is where your company is going to be named on a document. The same way we protect the individual PIN, the company PIN has the protections to ensure that it is not erroneously added on any record. Simply complete the fields, and that's how you protect your PIN. Now we have the signatory tab. So these are the details of the person that will be named where your company has to sign. As for the transactions, we can see with this account, some transactions have been completed. So an account top-up, change of directors, clicking on it opens up the details so that you can view. As well, we did a change of the address. Once you click it, you're able to see who submitted it. So even though we are logged in as a secretary, we can see that one of our directors submitted this change of address. All directors and secretaries are able to see what's being done on behalf of the company and by whom. Employees, all of the transactions submitted, for example, post incorporation, again, only accessible to directors and secretaries and their agents. The My Company sections to add agents for your company, employees of the company, associations that your company may hold. If your company is named in any of those capacities, that's the big difference between associated accounts and individual accounts. For an individual, you're able to transact only in your own name, whereas associated accounts, my apologies, allow you to transact on behalf of your company. We will look now at logging in as a partner of a business. Again, username and password, selecting the role of partner. Your roles will be tailored to exactly your associations. I am a partner of one business. If you have more than one, exactly your associations will be shown when you are logging in. Once we've logged in, this is for the first time, similarly as we saw with the directors and secretaries logging in on behalf of their company for the first time, you're prompted to enter the email address and telephone number of your business. This only has to be done once by whomever is the first officer or partner to log in. Once you submit your details, the request is sent to the registry and you'll receive an email once it has been approved. Once approved, the login process will look like this. Same as we have seen before, the username, and the password. Logging in, selecting the role of partner and the partnership. And now we have access to the My Business section. Here we can see the business PIN, the top up, profile again of the business, employees if your business is to be a partner, an agent. And for the profile, all of the details here can only be changed by the filing of the relevant form. So a Form 7, Statement of Change of Particulars, if your name of the business changes perhaps, or the address details change, that form must be filed and registered, and your details will be reflected here within the profile section of My Business. Employees, so that your business, if your business is an agent, you are able to add the persons who will be logging in to submit the work, same as we saw for the directors and secretaries of the company. Approvals, where your business will be a secretary to a company, you can enter the approval here. Transactions, again, once you start transacting with the account, your transactions will be updated. There's as well the home page, so for any document downloads or name reservations, and we have the name search facility to search the register. You may submit name reservations for a change of status or a change of name. We have the My Business section and My Account to show you exactly your information. At all times, no matter what role you're logged into, you can click your name and then click Current Session Information to see what role you're logged into and on behalf of which entity. So we can see the differences between an individual logged in, a director or secretary logged in, and then a partner logged in. For our types of associations, CROS makes a distinction between the various categories. There are the essential associations that are required to transact business on behalf of your entity. That is, director, secretary, partner. Director and secretary in order to get access to the post-incorporation forms. Partner, where your business is an agent, is a secretary. The partner role must be activated so that you get the business PIN in order for your clients to appoint you, or in the case where you're a secretary or being appointed as a secretary, in order to complete the approval. We also have the other types of associations. Business owner of an individual business, shareholder, beneficial owner, and then controller. These are encouraged in order to ensure that your information is current, accurate, and the same across all entities. However, the ones that are required to transact business would be director, secretary, partner. In terms of the CROS services, as we saw, the name reservations, business registrations for individual and firms, company incorporations for both profit and non-profit companies, external company registrations and non-profit organization registrations are all included through CROS. We then have the post-incorporation forms, the annual returns, notice of change of directors, secretary, address, and the online search facility to search the register and download company and business files. All other filings will continue at the company's registry counter. And that brings us to the end of our crosstalk. I hope you have found it very informative. I know that we have been answering questions in the chat. We have also pulled out a few key questions that I will answer here now. So let me just take a pause as I gather those questions.